It feels much more the things that happen on road bumps, like smack, everything still stays on the road.
Like during the day, take me after one break. I don't think yeah. I think
They don't make you run? Cold-blooded, John. Cold-blooded. Come on, Ryan.
Need a massage? Shampoo?
That's for Papa. For the record, massage for Papa.
Someone's taking orders.
What you done good? Smile Go with the carom game hard. Ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be here all day. It's fine. I mean, like last year was done every day. Yeah, it's an interesting strategy.
That's why you don't take shots to the floor.
Who was it? Who was it?
I used to block that the last time back home.
I know. And then you got it. Those are technical. You know, it's standard.
It was an 8.
Dargo! It was an 8.
Yeah.
That was an 8.
These are the guys that I
Sitting in the 8.
Go to the highlight.
Let's see the replay.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
I'm pretty sure it was an 8.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a 20.
And then Chicago had wanted to kick it.
All that for Lord.
I mean, this is all that I care about.
Next, tuck him in there, tuck him in there, tuck him in there.
He wasn't breaking.
Move it. It'll be like 6th frame, I'll throw it off and take your hand and walk around. Good shot. It's like,
Do it with confidence.
yeah.
Get away with it.
Yeah, it's like pat him on the back, be like, oh, all right.
Yeah. It's so hard. Trust your ability to do so.
They're playing a prank game?
Nice shot, Dargo.
That's a
Get behind it. Get behind it. Come on, Dargo.
scoring on the play. It's just tough. He's thinking about anything you want. Darko will have a nice put it back. Get it. Get We need that airport right now.
Maybe we'll make our book. Right.
Yeah, as always, man. Good. I'm glad we got there too. That makes it nice. Yeah. I hear you. See you, boys. All right. All right. Hey, we got these business. Enjoy that cucumber water.
Make sure it's 10 runners here, please. Switch it up.
You gotta make a sacrifice.
I'm gonna get some legal help set.
Great parents.
We're in the same house. It's like one house divided into two. We did not know that. We should yes. Oh, there. Yeah, but for nothing, that bird was sitting on it. the GoPro feed? So we'll figure that out when there's not people. Don't read off of You got him, Darko.
I honestly rarely go to
Yeah, maybe they're definitely.
I'm walking off my face.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Next to that. Yesterday, next to that.
That's such a bummer. This is just so much. It's not really I mean, he is. Yeah, you kind of have to
Okay. I've been told that's where the logo is. That's the black spot over versus the flower spot.
Okay.
Thanks, Dana.
Good? Yeah, man.
I was more like,
I think we're doing the beach and Ankle Sandwiches tomorrow. How about maybe a second dinner with their flight to call out later? No, definitely.
Yeah, the sandwiches are good. There's like all kinds of Brian, apparently you have another point.
Scoreboard's wrong.
Oh yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, you're supposed to have an 8. Oh.
I'll make a big deal after they're done. Go!
All right. Nice bump, doggo.
No stuff by man.
Come on, doggo.
I think the best one is like, yeah, pulled forward, just like, right, like you said.
Joe.
Dargo. Ryan had 8 last frame. Give him 15, please. Thank you.
was staying with no. Like, if I end up I do have someone found I can't believe
I'm not gonna fight people like kids never had. She's not gonna want to step, that's fine, but I'm not gonna start it. Anyway, you know what I didn't do? Put a water tape on your back.
I was thinking about that.
I'm still waiting for the payback.
Yeah. You know, taking my time. I'm so busy.
and then I could smell it.
Oh, I know. He's such a hero. He lets 100 strangers and then cooks them. That's what I've heard. Yeah, that's on my list. I want to
You won't. It's like
Maybe he'll throw this.
Nice quick, Paul. Nice shot.
This is
Alright, come on, Dargo!
I also feel that that was a surprise to me. I did not know I had. Better than the other one.
No time.
Shot right.
If you're wondering, yes, it is only pictures of the farm.
I found it by accident. I found it by accident. I've never posted anything on Instagram.
Well, sometimes. Not a ton of numerical.
Maybe one of these.
They're usually something.
I went this giant billboard over and my friends were like, you should, oh!
Wow.
Jumping off it.
Yes. Maybe that's the one.
No, he was at a haircut cost super funny. There are. But this is the man that I love. Yeah, way over budget for maintenance in our house.
That phrase does not exist in my house. Growing a lot of it's looking threatening, you're right. The transparent flaw. Is he cheap or does he just save?
Yeah, Dargo.
Yeah, I like things like number camp, PJ.
think you have to. I think what I do is I get to 10, I try to stick to 10. I hope the 10 clears the 8, 7 forget about it.
And you try to clear as much as possible. You don't have on the floor, you try to clear it. Shuffleboard. Yeah. But I know it's big enough. What are you doing? Shuffleboard. He has a very specific. I will give you $1,000 if you say he's better than his teammate like nothing.
I'll chip it. Yeah. But like, John's an egg.
Girl bigger and stronger.
He plans first, though. He doesn't move back.
I mean,
Oh yeah, they'll have to
He's been from the Bridge. Where's he from?
That's what he gave about it.
I was saying,
Brooklyn, Mass. How long has he lived in New York?
recently engaged.
I got that one.
that's what I'm learning.
last minute stayed in our house.
I was responsible for
It's a pretty bad one.
He's the only guy who let me videotape his shitty delivery. Yes. No one else.
Does he know you did that?
Yeah, no, he has to.
The running store. Like they analyze the drive.
You can be my marketing person.
You gotta ask Morgan. Morgan, you've got everybody left and right. He'll just walk up and start talking to you about your form and your shot.
We
right? But
Yeah.
downtown so
Yeah, right through the line. They raise the top.
cheers, Joe. Like I said, I so
I didn't see that. I just want to get it over with. I just want to like selfie Ricochet Ryan, you can get there.
Hi, BA.
I see the
You have to calibrate your head. Make him take a heart.
I don't think it's not high.
Don't say that.
I know, you know, Deirdre, I heard about the most wonderful compliment you ever received in your life.
I don't think it was so much, not the best compliment I've ever received in my life. It was like the meanest, poorly behaved, like, estimate. Just you couldn't see this because my sunglasses were on.
What's 20? Be like, get in there! Get in there!
It's got a clear 106.
Alright, 10 more frames. Oh yeah, both sides, yeah.
Oh, I'm behind. I'm in the parking lot behind like the bathroom. Oh yeah, Dana, bring the chips back that are in my canvas bag.
Showing up without doing it.
If you like the like roast pork with garlic buffalo and all that. I didn't get it this year. My favorite's that Has anyone done this? Yes, you gotta do, man. I'm next. You call me there. You're killing it out there, John. You're doing great.
Wow,
And bang.
66.
66.
Did she have underlying?
Just never give up.
That's it.
Never give up.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
So life isn't crap today, is it?
But there's too many cheering against me.
That's not true.
We're not cheering against you, we're cheering for.
Oh, okay.
It's a technicality.
Minor.
Don't share it for your t-shirt, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good t-shirt. So you don't see it. John, is this your home club?
No, Pinellas Park is.
Okay.
And that's about 5 miles up that way. North of
North, okay. You play here often? Have you played here? I'm
I play
outside.
here on occasions.
Outdoor courts? Glass? Like
On
what are the courts?
Pinellas,
Yeah.
they're outdoor. They're 16 courts, covered with a fairly high roof
Okay.
that is insulated.
Great.
We have curtains and poles, and it's two 16-foot wide
60-footer.
Oh yeah, it's a big fan.
And you know what the name of the company is that makes them?
60.
Ass.
Are the courts glass? Like just like here, you put glass down? Right, so it's in the Does he play at your club? No. You tell me his club has exactly the same kind of
Because they don't shift then with the wind, so it's probably the drift stays.
And the wonderful thing is,
Yeah, it makes more sense. Dargo, take us out. Take Archie from
I hope she's good.
I don't know what yet. It's like,
That's about the time right there.
I don't want to play with Shuffleboard with you guys. Which is amazing. Last year we played. We did the Turkey Shields. I exactly played in Clearwater. He lives in Beaver. Yeah. Not by right. Yeah.
I gathered when he told me.
Yeah, Ryan. I mean, Ryan said it was well. Yeah, Dargo.
Well, here we go, Ashley.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the 14th, 15th Can-Am here at the St. Pete Shuffleboard Club in St. Pete, Florida. I'm here with Earl Ball. I'm Ashley Albert. How you doing, Earl?
I'm doing outstanding, and I'm so glad to be here and see the enthusiasm for the game.
It's pretty exciting. We are in Game 3. Oh. Hold it. Start from the beginning. Okay, sorry about that. We cut out for a second. We're in Game 3 of the American Finals, and we've got 3 Royal Palms players in the fighting for first through third place. First through fourth, but I like to think fourth through third because I'm thinking ahead to all 3 of them winning. So we've got Stephen Dargo from New York. We've got Joe playing for Chicago for first and second place.
And Joe won the lag and decided to take the yellow. Yellow won the first 2 games of the 3-game set.
Yep, so Joe's starting out. He's been playing incredibly strong. He's a pretty new player. He's only been playing for 2 years. Actually, not even. He's been playing since January 2019 in Chicago.
Is that right?
So he's just got good natural abilities.
Just made a gorgeous hide shot behind a narrow St. Pete.
Yeah, he takes a lot of risks, and he doesn't really think about it before he shoots. He just really has instinct, and he goes on that instinct. But it's not sloppy.
The great thing about being a young person, everything comes so naturally.
Were you that way when you first started, Earl?
No, I wish I could say I was, but of course in your 50s you're not quite that natural.
The reflexes aren't there, huh?
Not quite. However, when you're playing against people who are older than that, you're maybe better than they are from that point of view.
So you think youth has the advantage here in shuffleboard?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
They're just everything is so much more steady.
What do you think of Steven's stance? He does a very interesting sort of like squat stance.
Yeah, it's there are ways that we'd like to tell you how to do it, and then when you get down to the bottom line, it's how
what
can you
works.
do it and make it work.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
And
Stephen did not make that work. He accidentally gave Joe, he gave Joe
What
a
a-
point, and then he just got a beautiful 10.
what a nice high 10 too.
But
There's room.
There's chance for Stephen to just mess all that up if he hits it right.
Yeah.
But it's a tough shot to make to get it all done. All right, let's see. There's one.
Look at there.
Oh.
Almost. Almost.
All right.
So-
Minimize the damage.
Joe scored one
Puts up a 7
on Stevens' hammer.
on Stephen's hammer. He stole the hammer, which, you know, from what I understand is kind of the key to the whole thing, right? You score your
Yeah.
own hammer, you keep the other guy from scoring. It doesn't matter who's a better player. You can win if you just play that way.
In this kind of game, it is so important to score your hammer.
Yeah.
There are 10 frames, so you get 5 hammers. Hammer being the last shot
Sure.
when the opponent can't do anything about what you do.
All right, now Ryan is going on this side. Ryan is also from Royal Palms, Brooklyn, and he's playing against John Robinson
Yeah, and
from
John,
Pinellas County, right? From
Yeah.
Florida.
yeah, he's from just over here, a short ways.
Okay, have you
So-
played at that court, Pinellas County?
I have, the Pinellas Park courts I played at. I played at his home courts too,
Okay,
and he's a good player.
Yeah.
He's a good player. These are all good players, or they wouldn't be here.
that's true. They played beautifully. I don't know how many. I was over 100 competitors playing to get to these last 4 spots.
Look at that height.
It's a beautiful height from
Gorgeous
Ryan.
height.
Ryan started playing at Royal Palm Chicago 6 years ago. He's a first season team, so he's been playing
6 years
every
ago.
Monday night for 6 years at Royal Palms.
Hey, that's great.
It's a nice
That's great.
score, but got rid of the block,
John just did a good job of opening it up, and making
making a score at the
Ryan
same time.
take
Yeah.
a choice.
What do you do here?
He really needs to take the black one off because John's not going to score on that yellow one.
He would be able to take it and keep it.
No, he wouldn't
Okay,
think
that's
so.
what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, and he took
did
the
he
point.
make it?
I think so. Let's see. Steven's checking. Going
Not
for a second
sure,
call. Got to go over the top. Might need a third call on that. Oh, giving it to
They're
him.
calling it good.
So two.
Two. Needs to try to, if he takes the one on the left off, he'll set on the line and has a double. And that makes Ryan then think over, does he want to cover his good block?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or does he want to take the double possibility out?
Let's see what he does here. Oh, looks like he might miss it.
Gonna miss
oh,
it.
No.
Oh,
no,
did he
got
kill
it.
it? He
He
killed
got
it,
it,
didn't
but,
he? Is it good?
I think it's no good. It's on the line. Ryan still got a 7 or an 8, a good 8 over there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you block it up? I maybe just block up the whole thing at this point.
Well, I think he's got to cover his good block and take his chances on the other one. Because it's a gift on the other guy's hammer. He's going the other way.
Wow.
Let's
He's
see
just
what he
like going to
does.
try to get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he killed his own.
No. Oh, yeah,
He
you're
killed
right.
his 8.
Yeah, but
I
he's
think
still
the
got
other
another
8
8.
might be good.
But there's a
Wow.
lot to mess up there, I feel like.
Yeah, John's got to make a good shot or he'll leave him one.
He could definitely leave him one here.
Oh,
he's
he's
not even
not
going to
even
mess
gonna
with
hit
it.
it.
He's just going to go for the 10.
Oh.
Did he get it?
2.
2.
He did. He got
He
it.
got it.
I
Wow.
wonder if he really went for the 10, Ashley, or if it just came up short.
I mean, he got lucky.
He did. He did. Those are nice rewards for bad 8s.
Okay. Second frame.
Yep. And
Can't quite
And
make
Jo-
out the score.
well, I think Joe leads.
Joe put one up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe Brennan's got
Joe
7.
got one on his hammer.
Stephen Dargo, 0, coming out without the hammer.
Sets up a St. Pete.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's nice to see these guys playing with strategy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're usually playing with a pina colada in their hands, but I've been so proud of how well they've played. You know, it's not sloppy, accidental wins. You know, they're making good shots and
They are.
playing smart.
See what John's going to do here.
Steven.
Sorry. He's got one on the point.
It's interesting. I
Yeah,
don't know what he was
Joe-
trying to do there.
I don't know if Joe will try to go behind that block, use it as as a Tampa, a near court hide, or if you'll try to get through that hole.
Yeah, I feel like it's an interesting play because it's early on here, but he's,
He's
just
trying
gonna
to
try
go
to slide
between.
through. Oh, no. Oh,
No, and
didn't really
he
do much there.
left Steven a hide.
Yeah. And I think Steven's been playing long enough that he knows to take that hide. Oh,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
going
he's
to
going
change
for it.
blocks. Generally, your fastest block is blocks are the 3 and 4 because they spend less time in the gutter.
really?
Oh yeah, if they're clearing,
Do
if they're
most people
clearing,
play in order, and that's why they play in order for most of the time until there's a difference in the speed, and then they start.
yeah. When you want to hide, you usually want one of your better blocks, 3 or 4, and
Right,
they're
a
smoother.
slower,
They
yeah.
spend less time in the gutter,
Yeah.
and use your 1 and 2 block for setting up your hides or clearing the board.
Yeah, I didn't learn that until several years into playing.
Ooh, ooh,
Oh,
ooh,
oh,
ooh,
no.
He
Ooh,
was-
Joe Brennan in the
it's,
kitchen on the third frame, second frame.
Yeah,
Not great.
what he appeared to be trying to do is hit that outside black one and rolling behind the other black one for a
Yeah.
hide. He missed it right at kitchen speed.
I mean, Steven's just going to block this up. Doesn't even worry about scoring. Just going to keep him. He's got the hammer. Now
Yeah.
the court is really nicely blocked up. There's not much to do. I mean, I guess you do a bump on the side. Where do you go? You can't get that kitchen
Well,
out.
he's
You gotta just go up the side.
if he can hit it without hitting the black one, because if he hits the black one, he's liable to give him a 10. See where the other black
I
one
see.
is?
So
It would
you're
hold
saying
it
go
in.
in between those two high discs up
It-
there, as opposed to coming down Suicide Alley and trying
Yeah.
to score a deep 7?
Yeah, that looks like what he's going to try to do is go
bumping.
down the alley.
Yeah.
They call it Suicide Alley for a reason. I hope we don't see that reason, but
Yeah. Oh no, he's changed his tactic. Oh, hasn't decided what to do here.
yeah, that looks like his most open space.
Yeah. I mean, to either bump.
I'm sure he wants to be outside of it, but if he hits it and it goes on, I'm sure
Well,
he'll
looks
be
like
happy.
he's headed
Don't hit
towards
that
that
black
one.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, he got away
I don't
there.
think he
didn't.
gave him the 10.
No, he didn't.
That was risky.
Only the kitchen.
Okay.
Joe's
That
self-inflicted.
puts him down -3.
That's right. So it's 3 off, as we would say, to 0 after 2 frames, which pretty even. In this kind of game, Ashley, there's 3 things you got to be really careful of or think about, and that is in a frame game, 10 off, it counts 10 points.
Right?
Where in a 75-point game, you might not cover it, but in this kind of game, you really need to cover it and keep that 10 points.
Sure.
Depending on score, of course.
Yeah, if you get your your opponent to score -10 and you score an 8, that's up 18 for you.
Yep. You have to he's take it off. You have to also be careful if the other guy has a double and you have a hide, and you go hide and you don't make the hide and the guy makes the double. It's a
So
big
then you've
change in
left,
the game
right.
too.
Yeah, and I guess so much of it depends on whether you're up or down, whether you've got to be playing offense or defense.
That's
And,
right. That's right. Well, it takes you right down to the third point. You don't take any hides that you don't have to take.
Right.
Because if you hit it and roll in the middle of the board, the other guy can easily, I say easily, the guy can shoot a kitchen. But on the other hand, if you're down, you have to take the risk.
So you're saying you don't take hides that you don't have to take.
Don't take hides you don't have to take, because if you roll in the middle of the board, that playing down here at the foot.
We've got John and Ryan.
Yep, Ryan has the hammer, and he's going to take John's hide block out of there. I'm
would
quite
think
sure he
so.
would.
Ryan's a pretty steady player. He's been playing a long time.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to show off. No showboating necessary. He's just going to play a solid game.
Now it's 8 to 10 down here on the foot. And I'm a little bit surprised that John went out in the middle of the board, having
just wide
the
open.
lead.
Right, because that's an easy one for Ryan to take. But he might steal his hammer. I mean, better that than then he's got to go after it, right? Versus, I guess he's been playing him and watching him play. Oh.
Did he make it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, there's perfect example why with the lead early in the game that you don't want to go on the board.
So you would have just blocked up at the top of the 10?
That's right. I'd have let him have the open board hammer. A lot of lines down there.
Yeah,
But,
let him, don't have anything to aim for, right?
But the problem is you gave him a free shot with nothing to protect yourself.
Yeah. Right, so here you go. Now we've got exactly what we were talking about,
Yep.
an 18-point swing.
Instead of being 16-10 and having the hammer, now you're down 16-0.
Yeah.
And here we go with Joe leading off, third frame.
Joe's got a deficit to come back from, but
That little narrow St. Pete, but he plays that really well. You wonder how long it'll be before Steven runs the alley on him. That's a good shot, though, because he's got the lead.
yeah, he's just going to keep him from scoring. He's demonstrated, I mean, we're on the third game of these guys playing together, so they're really getting a sense for their tricks and what they do and what they don't do, and so he knows what he's capable of, and he's not taking any chances.
There, look at there, he rolled a beautiful St. Pete high. Now, see what Joe does to counter that.
Doesn't look like he's going to try to clear it.
He may very well put up a Tampa. Although that makes no sense because...
Nope, coming in for an 8.
Now, a Tampa could have been a good play.
But now Steven's got to focus on that and not taking his own high. And he takes it.
There you are, last shot. Now what, Ashley? You stay there like the other end did?
Two left.
Yeah.
Right. What do you do? Right. I mean, you can catch it from there, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't get it.
Wow, missed both.
So it's an open board hammer. These aren't as easy as they look either.
Right,
We
you don't
always
even
say
need
if
to-
everybody would make every open board hammer, they'd win every game. None of us can do it.
Oh,
He did
nice.
it. He did it, yeah.
Well done.
Made the 7. So he's up 7-3 off.
So
One of the few games that you can go backwards and score.
Steven is as I said, he's been playing for 6 years. He was playing in a team that was a fun team to play, but not necessarily particularly formidable. And last year here at the Can-Am, I convinced him to come play. He didn't even want to come at the last minute. There was an open bed. I hooked him up with some of the other guys. He ended up staying with them. And that weekend when he was here, he met some guys who were missing a teammate. And they said, hey, why don't you come to our team? You got to change nights and you can come play with us. And so he said, I'll come, but I want to keep my team name. So he moved over, but they kept his team name. And last season they made it to second place in our final. So
Okay.
now he's playing with the big boys now.
And you have many players in your leagues.
We
too.
do. We have 120 teams in our leagues in both cities, so about 1,000 people playing between Monday and Tuesday nights in New York and in Chicago.
Wow,
and
that's
we have
terrific.
here in the audience a big group of people from Chicago and from Brooklyn that have somehow self-selected and are sitting on opposite sides of the grandstands rooting for their guys.
Do I understand there's like 90
Yeah,
people here from Royal Palm? That's
pretty
terrific.
incredible. Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful
What a hide.
hide from Ryan.
Yeah, John had just stuck on his hide block, and Ryan took advantage of
He
it.
really did. Really beautiful shot.
John's trying
is
to-
he going to knock it?
Yeah, well, two
No, it
things.
didn't happen.
Two things. One is try to hit it, but the other is get it opened.
Right, and
But-
he sort of did that. I mean,
Yeah.
he can see it now.
Yeah, but he
Does
doesn't-
Ryan bother blocking it up?
No,
I mean,
Ryan's
John's got the
hammer.
hammer.
I didn't realize.
Oh, Ryan
no,
has the hammer.
No,
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 John's got
John
the
does. I
hammer.
didn't see that black block.
So he is. He's going to try to block
Yeah,
that up.
try to keep it.
Ooh, okay,
Good
that's
shot.
a beautiful block.
Yeah.
Not much to do there except score on the other side.
Trevor. There, he scored.
All right,
2 8s.
minimize the damage there.
Yeah.
Even Steven.
So we're setting with Ryan leading 16-0. It's a good back.
I think that's going to change.
We're
Because
headed up to the head now, and
but these guys both got 8s, so I think it'll end up. Let's see. Let's see. If
oh
it,
yeah, it'll wind up 24-8.
Steven puts up just a classic St. Pete.
Joe shooting
Joe's
for
going
the
to just
kitchen.
clear. Oh.
Oh, no, he shot to roll. Nice roll. Beautiful St. Pete.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times. He likes that trick.
Does that work good on your courts in New York and Chicago?
You
Are
know,
able
not
to
as
do that?
much because we don't have beads on our courts. Our courts are much, much, much slower.
Yeah, they're dry, right?
So it's actually quite a testament that these three guys have made it this far because they had to adjust to a completely different style of finesse shuffleboard because what we play in New York is a totally different game. No beads.
And they're playing some very good
And they're playing
Florida
great.
players. Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at there.
Wow.
Look
That
at
was an
there.
accident, but it worked out well for him. Yeah, they've been playing some really strong players from Florida. Some, I think in the past, when we've been down here, the Florida players have been much more generous with their knowledge. But now that the Brooklyn and Chicago players look like formidable opponents, they're not helping
They're not
us
telling
anymore.
them so much anymore.
They're not giving us any tips. Joe's going to try to get rid of that so he doesn't double. Put him in the kitchen. Oh,
Oh,
nearly did it.
almost.
It's a tough spot. Now, do you leave
Well,
that there? Do you get that? Do you
now,
get that out of the way?
The score is 3 to 7, so he's almost got to block that because this is just the 4th frame out of 10. So now he's elected to go on
He's
the
just
board and
gonna
make
get
him
on.
shoot at him.
Yeah,
We did see that a few minutes ago.
and it didn't work out.
so well.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens here.
Got a
Lucky
good shot on
I
it,
don't know
yeah.
if it's hard enough though.
Not to kitchen.
No.
Nobody. No score.
No score. Nothing.
No score. Everybody's holding
Still
on.
3 to 7 after 4 frames.
Yeah,
That's just
and for,
really,
10 frames goes fast.
Yeah. And it's just one big block as a lead. Just down 10 points.
Yeah, it's still anybody's game. And whoever wins this match between Joe Brennan and Stephen Dargo will go on to play the Canadian because this tournament is the Can-Am. It's a Canadian-American amateur tournament. And there were very few Canadians, only about 21 playing. So they had less people to fight through to get to first place. But they're done competing and they have their Canadian champion. We'll be watching that game after this one against one of the Royal Palms players, whether it's Stephen Darko from Brooklyn or Joe Brennan from Chicago.
I understand yesterday the shootout to determine who was going to play today
Yeah.
was very exciting.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of fans in the stands and lots of cheering.
There were
That's terrific.
5, 6-0 people, I think, 5 or 6, 5, and then there were about 20 5-1 people who were all vying for one last spot to be in the top 6, and 4 of those 6 were Royal Palms players. I'm proud to say.
Terrific. I guess you should be.
And a ton of them were playing for that 5-1.
Well, John has a chance here to get back in the game with this shot. He must
You
know
like
where
that
it's
speed?
going. Yeah, he
No.
didn't hold it.
2.
He did put him in the kitchen.
He didn't get the point, but he put Ryan in the kitchen. Ryan can still see that.
Yeah, it's not really blocked, but
Just
I'm
can't.
sure
that-
John meant
but
to keep that on.
somehow when those are in that position, that's one where it's scary because when you hit it and you stick, it's like right in that sweet spot where you could hit it and stick. Hopefully that's not the
He got
case.
it. Yeah.
Clears it. Great.
That's not easy because if you hit it head on, of course, it
That's
stays
what I'm
right
saying,
there.
which is there's nothing
Yeah.
worse than wasting a disc and staying. Okay, he's going for a little bump here, and he's going to get
And
it.
he's going to be right out.
Oh,
in the
right on the
open.
line.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan's got the hammer.
Yeah, but
He can
Ryan-
extend his lead.
Ryan won't shoot at that disc, I don't think.
Oh, no. He's not going to go for
I don't
kitchen at
know.
that
look,
point.
Look at it, where he's lining up. Where's he going?
No, he's going over to the other 8. I think he's not going to mess with it.
He is, yeah, you're right. That's good.
It's a nice shot from Ryan, really strengthening his lead here.
Yep. When,
He's
when
at
you-
32-8.
When you have a nice lead like that, the last thing you want to do is shoot at a block
Oh, yeah.
and hit it and give them one and you roll on the line.
No, he's a smarter player than that. He's not going to
you're-
take that risk.
If you're behind, then that becomes a different
Then you
story.
then you gotta play with some right. I think maybe it was Shuffleboard Bob who told me that you take the easy shot is usually the best shot to take. You don't get creative unless you have to get creative.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true.
Still early enough that Joe's going out with a hide. He does not need to get creative yet.
No, there's just one big block difference in the game right now. Steven wants to keep his lead.
Yep, just clearing.
Has the hammer, so
Just
he
keep
can
everything
increase
off.
the lead. Nice Tampa hide.
It's unusual for these new players to do a Tampa. You know, a lot of them just start with the St. Pete. So it's nice to see. Oh, knocked it and didn't clear it.
There's a stick there, huh?
You know, clearing is an underrated skill of this game, I think.
Boy,
You know,
I hope-
people
I hope
who are
it does.
just starting don't understand that you really got to learn how to clear. Ruin the whole thing.
Oh, look at there.
Oh,
Well, now he moved
Nipped
the
it.
advantage over to Steven.
yeah.
He moved that over for a hide for Steven. Whoops, I'm sorry. There's. Yeah, if Steven gets this one on and makes the hide, or the hammer.
Okay.
Off the shot goes.
Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
gonna be
Oh,
on.
he's on the line. That's a shame.
That kind of puts Joe in a position of one of two things. He either has to block it to keep the chance of a double being made out of play, or
Or
he has
just
to go
score on the other side.
go on the board and make Steven shoot at him.
Yep. And if he goes on from the other side, that other disc is blocking it enough that it's going to be tough for Steven to get to it on a clear shot. So if he just gets to that 8,
That'll leave Steven a choice then, won't it? He can either try to double or try to hit Joe if Joe's in there close.
I'd be, as a player that's not that skilled, I would be afraid to hit that black one and knock it into the kitchen. Oh, okay.
I don't know what he was doing there.
I think he was planning on scoring, but
Yeah,
it didn't work
I
out.
think he probably meant to go on the 10.
Yeah.
Kinda
But the
behind
10
it.
is a sucker bet, right? You only need, that's another one that you don't get too creative with. Okay, Steven, take it easy.
Ooh, he
Oh,
tried to
tough.
stay in.
Tough.
As it happens, Joe moved that disc over just enough that he couldn't
That
get
he
past
sabotaged, yeah.
it. Yeah. So the score stays -3 to 7 after 5 frames.
We're halfway through, and it's still anyone's game.
Yeah, but it comes what 3 hammers now for Joe and 2 for Steven. Is that right?
I think so, and,
Yeah.
and we've got Ryan on this side with a healthier lead, 32 to 8 against John Robinson from Pinellas. Ryan's just going to play it safe now, but John, he's been playing kitchen all day. He's really not afraid of making those sneaky shots.
Well, been playing for an awful long time. Probably a little more confident in his ability
Yeah.
to play kitchen. Plays this kind of court. The people from Royal Palms don't play this kind of court, so he may have a little advantage from that point of view. Look
But
at
that's
there.
a
Look
but
at
look,
there.
we
What a
still got it
gorgeous
though.
hide.
The Royal Palms people don't
He-
count them out. They know how to play.
No, you sure can't. They're playing very well. 3 of the top 4. I guess they are
Not so
playing
bad.
very well.
Oh, comes a little bump, a snuggle, but
Yeah.
on the line for John.
I would,
And a nice enough block here, I think. What do you do?
I think Ryan will block that.
Block it on the
Right
right.
on a point. Right on a point. If he gets too far to the right, then he gives John a hide. So I
Got
think
it.
he'll probably
Just gonna
go right
try
on a
to
point.
go. Block it
Yeah.
up. And John has the hammer, so no harm. And
Oh, he's not
it's
gonna
gonna
get
come
there.
up short.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
It didn't
that's
make
a
the lag
shame.
line, so it comes off.
it's a shame.
Well, now, John still got to do it.
I mean, he
Right,
could double
looks-
there, right? He could just
double
nick
and
the
knock him
side
off,
and knock him
yeah.
off. I mean, that's what he's going to hope for here. And if he makes that shot, that's a beautiful shot. I mean, that changes everything. It's got nice speed, nice
Yes,
angle.
he does. Yes, he does.
Oh,
he got one of them. Good.
Well, he didn't double, but he did make Ryan lose his point.
But you see now Ryan's kind of got to stay there, else he leaves a potential double for John.
Right, he's gonna stick.
And if he stays there, then of course
A
John
little
gets
slow.
a shot at him.
Get it done. There
Yeah.
you go.
And John gets a free kitchen shot at him.
You think that's where he's headed, huh?
Oh, he has to. At this score, 32-8, he needs to get back in the game. Got to hit it harder than that, doesn't he? Yeah. He got the
Got
8,
himself
but
an
he,
8.
but he
Didn't
didn't hit
kitchen.
the
Now,
yellow
when
one
you're
hard enough.
adjusting for a kitchen shot, what are you doing differently?
Well, when you're picking out the speed of the court, what you're actually doing when you shoot a kitchen shot is you snuggle the kitchen line, the front kitchen line. No matter how far the block is from the kitchen line, it takes the same amount of energy to hit it that far.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're looking at the block you want to kitchen, you want to look through that block at the kitchen line and shoot for the kitchen line.
The top line of the kitchen.
Top line of the kitchen, yeah.
Got it. And so you're not even, you're just shooting your disc for the top kitchen line and getting that other disc in the way.
Let them get in the way.
Got it.
Same as a golf swing. You want to take a practice swing and let the ball get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
You always seem to make good practice swings.
Ah.
The kitchen would be probably more prevalent on this kind of court than it might be on a Royal Palms court.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of that.
Well, yeah, people don't mess with it as much. Also because, you know, you hit it so much harder. It's very hard to just tip it in.
Yeah.
Here you can really.
Well, and you see, that's another thing. If you watch the players play, if you're going to play kitchen, it's actually keep your hand down and slide the block, not shoot it. We always say shoot the block. It's slide it.
When you're shooting kitchen, it's more of a slide.
Slide. That way, when you hit the block, it doesn't snap. It
Oh,
moves.
so you're just trying to get it to go slow, or sort of an even, smooth shot.
Yeah, and if you watch most of the shots, they'll kind of snap because the person shooting will come through, and then right at the end
They'll hit it too hard.
hit it. Yeah, they'll come up and hit it.
Yeah. And so for me, the way that I do that is I think about scraping the ground
Exactly.
with
Yeah.
my tang.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Steven just put himself in the kitchen.
Had a beautiful
And
hide.
Joe's got
And he
the
took it.
hammer here. That is a tough blow for Steven.
This could change this game right straight around.
Joe's going to take an easy score here.
And he's
Oh,
he made
yeah.
it. He made it. So
The Chicago side is really excited.
the score goes to 4-3.
He's still down, but he's back on the plus side.
4-3.
He's back on the
Lead.
plus side. Not a lot of whoops and hollers from the Brooklyn side right now. Chicago's pretty excited about that pickup.
That's terrific. Glad to see everybody rooting for their favorite.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then, of course, when they go into the finals, Royal Palms will then root for Royal Palms. Right now, we're Chicago and Brooklyn, but as soon as we go in against the Canadians, we come back to being a unified front.
That's the way to do it. You'll see the crowd. The crowd's a good crowd for people who are relatively new to the game too. I've noticed if somebody shoots themselves in the kitchen, they don't start rooting or making, which is good sportsmanship.
Sure.
That bad shot. But if somebody shoots the other guy in the kitchen, they're right
So
on
it's
it.
fair game, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I think everyone's takes it seriously enough that they know that being a good sport is important, and they also can really appreciate a good shot from either opponent, which I think is kind of the thing. Ryan, John tipped Ryan into the 8. Ryan just blocked himself up.
John's going to try to push that black one up into the yellow one. He should
Let's
try
give it
to
a
at
bump.
least score.
Yeah,
At least
that's
score.
what he's
He
going
might
to do.
want to do
That's a
something
nice.
else.
Oh,
Well,
no.
no, he didn't score,
and he
did
missed it. Kept Ryan's 8. John landed on the line. What does Ryan do here? Does he?
Well, what happens here? Can John see that yellow 8?
Doesn't
If
look
John
like
can see it,
but he's
he's
going to
gonna
just
block
block
and
it.
make sure. See,
Yeah, he's
that's
just
good.
not going to take any risks
Now,
here.
That's good, but now if John goes down and splits this into 2 high 7s,
Oh, I see, yeah, which is also possible, although a little hidden behind that
Yeah, it's the one
First
on the
block.
right that he's really got to worry about. He should be able to make the one on the left, push it down into the 7. But he probably will wind up on the right line.
And
Oh,
Ryan's
he's
got
going
the
the other
hammer. He's
way.
going for a bump.
He's going the other way.
Oh. Yeah, no,
That
I wonder
surprises
if
me.
he didn't even notice that he had a chance for a double over there. Ryan's got the hammer. He's only got half the board to play with, but he's got an 8 up. So he's playing with a full deck here,
Yeah,
and he's
he's-
going to make, yeah.
He made
He's
it.
got a second.
16.
He's at 16, going up 16.
48 to 16 now.
It's a great lead.
Only, what, 4 frames to go, right? 2, 4, 6, 4 frames to go.
Steven's still got the lead here, but it's a roughie.
Yes, it's just one disc. 4 and minus 3, so a 7. A 7 ties the game up.
Oh, yeah. Did Steven Dargo got was in the kitchen last round? Ended in the kitchen?
Out comes the St. Pete.
Still no need to get creative. Everybody, actually, yeah. On this side, we're still playing safe because
Nobody has panicked.
nobody needs to panic.
No,
It's
nobody
still,
needs
it's
to.
just one good frame will win the whole thing for you.
Another St. Pete.
Steven is an architect. He has his own architectural firm. He's going to get married in June. He just got engaged.
Is that right?
Yep.
Young man's got things
Joe-
going the right way.
Joe is super competitive, super competitive. His friends call him Gamer Joe. And what I heard from his teammates from his Chicago team, which is called the Herniated Discs, they stayed up till 3 a.m. last night playing euchre.
Sounds like the old Army
But
days
Joe
to
didn't
me.
win.
He didn't.
So, no, he's due for a win today.
Look
oh,
at here.
Steven,
Look
that's
at
a
this.
beautiful
Look at
shot.
this.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a gorgeous hide from Steven.
Joe wound up on the wrong side of the board there with that Tampa. He tried to
mean,
put his own Tampa up.
You don't even go after that. You just score an 8,
Well, he's
right?
probably yes, but look at it now. Can he do it where Steven can't get him, or should he be pushing the 10 up?
Just see, Steven has the hammer.
Steven has the hammer.
Yeah.
I don't think if he gets on his right that he's
That he can
that he's
hit
going to
it.
be hidden.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
Oh, he's going to push it after him.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that was a waste of a
Yeah.
shot.
Better shot might have been trying to push the 10 up.
Steven coming on. Nice speed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, on the line.
Lost 7.
He'll take that 7.
When you're shooting, there's a lot of lines out there.
I know, I've never done it, but I hear that there's a game called Lines where you play to just hit the lines and it only counts if it's on a line. And it shows you how psychological the game is, because if you're only aiming for lines, all of a sudden you can't hit a line to save your life. Have you ever played that game?
I have, yeah, and you're right. That's when you can't hit them.
And how does it work? Is it still 7, 8s, and 10s? How do you score that?
When we score 1 point at a time. One for every
point.
line you want.
And then don't you get 2 or something if you hit the axis?
Could be, I don't
No.
know. I don't
I'll
know
have to
that
check it
route.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a tie score over there for the finals with Steven and Joe, 4-4. We're back to
4-4.
Ryan and John here. Ryan's got a healthy lead, 48 to 16. Joe's on the board. Ryan's knocking it out handily.
But he's right in the middle, stuck right in the middle, so John does have a shot at him.
Yeah.
That doesn't look hard enough.
Oh, looks like he might give him something there.
No,
No.
he didn't do that, but
Now, do you just leave that?
I would say that since he has the hammer, he has to block it.
Got it. Just block it. Don't even mess with it, though. Just
No,
kind of.
well, and he doesn't have the hammer, though, does he?
Oh,
John
no.
has the hammer, but he has to block it.
Yeah. That's actually really nice. is. It's blocking up the board for the future, which is
Yeah.
nice. It's all of his
Yeah.
discs if they
One-
stay up there. And
One more disc out in front on the other side, and it's hard to do anything.
it's hard to do anything. Just steal
Look
the
at
hammer
here.
there.
Look at here.
Yeah. Now he.
I don't know if that is cornered by the yellow one there, out by the point. If it were cornered, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But if it's not cornered, now you've got that potential double set there.
What do you mean by cornered?
Cross-blocked. Offset one to the other.
Oh, I see.
But it looks to me, now it doesn't matter because
He can't get to it. He's
Ryan,
gonna have
Ryan
to
just covered it up.
Yeah. Where's Joe going here? He's just going to
He's
try to
gonna
get an
get
8
on
or
the
knock
on.
something in, and
There
he
goes,
gets
did
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
48.
I think I called him Joe, but it's
Yep.
John.
Yep.
And that was a really beautiful shot.
48-24.
He's been a great sport playing with these young whippersnappers.
Well, I tell you, for the sport to thrive, you really need all of these young whippersnappers because they're enthusiastic about it, and you can see that they're very good players.
And it's exciting, you know, for Chicago especially, and New York when we opened 6 years ago. You didn't find anybody who was an all-state shuffleboard player. Everybody was new at the game, and there's so few
right.
things you can start in your 30s and 40s where it's a truly level playing field.
How about 50s and 60s
Yeah,
and 70s?
exactly.
Yeah.
And
In
so
Florida,
it's
that's where
exciting
most
to
of 'em are.
see people who are just learning something new and getting really into it and rising to the top and honing their game.
A good observation, Ashley.
Both
That's
of
really
these
good.
guys play, you know, in our leagues. You play once a week, and then you can play for free all week. And so these guys come and practice during the week.
Oh, is that how it works? If they
Yeah.
join the league,
If
they
you
can
join
play,
the league, you can play for
all
free
week.
all week. So you can see that the teams that we see in there consistently practicing are the teams that end up going into the championships, going into the division finals.
How do they learn their strategy?
So Shuffleboard Bob,
Mhm.
when we first opened in New York, oh,
Wow,
Wow.
what a height.
Beautiful
That narrow
hide from
St. Pete,
Joe.
and he got behind it.
beautiful.
It looks to me like Steven is going to try to miss that front yellow
He's
one
going
and
to try to
get
get
him
in there.
off.
He's going to try.
Yeah.
And he's made these shots before, so he's got some confidence about it. Yeah.
Nice extension on his
nice.
arm.
Wow.
He did it. He did it. Wow.
That was a
What a
beautiful,
shot.
beautiful shot.
Okay.
So anyway, we have the Shuffleboard Bob lending library. He gave us a bunch of strategy books, and only league members can check them out. And they come and they read strategy books and they figure it out. They also see each other play and figure it out. And they've been coming down here. Several of our players have gone and played in the World Championships.
Look at this. This is a really good move. He's going to go hide and leave his block that sets on the 7-8 line.
Yeah.
If he can hide this block and then leave the other one for Joe, Joe's
Just gonna
intimidated.
have no way to
Get on
get to
there.
it.
He didn't do it.
No, he didn't get there.
Yeah.
Didn't get there, but he still left it
But Joe
in a spot where Joe's
still
got really
has
no
to
choice.
be.
Yeah.
He's got to be careful that he doesn't go down and hit it.
Right.
And
And that's really the only place. I mean, it's the only thing you can do. He's not going
He's-
to bump from that
he's-
high
he's
one.
gotta
He's
go
got
on
to go
that
on the
8.
other side. Yeah.
yeah.
But he's got to be careful. It's coming in a little hot.
Yeah,
Looks
it
like
is.
he could bonk it.
Oh,
no.
he did it. He
Wow.
did it.
Beautiful.
That's the young, steady nerves.
Yeah, that was as cool as a cucumber.
Yeah. 12-4.
So in the last game, Joe thought that it was over and threw his last disc away, not realizing that there were 2 more frames. So and he ended up losing the match. So it was really in his head because he threw away a disc, thinking that he was just showing good sportsmanship and that the game was over, and it wasn't over. And Steven came back. So we got to make sure that they know 2 more frames.
That's what that was all about there.
Yeah. Ryan just trying to keep John off the board at this point. Just hold on to his lead and keep him from scoring 48-24.
He's got him doubled up.
Yeah, he's got to catch a lucky break twice to get it to work out. There's one.
Well, that's a good spot to
Yeah.
start with right there because that means that Ryan's got to clear to the wide side of the board because he won't be able to get off to the left, the short side. I don't think he can. So,
See?
oh, he's not clearing him. No, no.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Wow.
right in the corner.
I don't
Right
think
in
that
the
was
corner.
intentional, but I think he's happy he did it.
It's a good spot to be. That would be
That's a
really tough to
toughie.
do anything with.
Let's see, he's gonna go for it. Gonna try to just bump him into the kitchen here. Nasty.
And he didn't get there.
Wow. Sometimes the
So-
universe punishes you for not being nice. So now he's nice and blocked up there.
Yeah, he'll just try to get in front of that, I think.
Just kind of block it up a little.
Yeah.
Oh,
It won't do John any good to try to go down the outside and get him off.
Yeah.
Because if he hits it, he probably
just-
won't score anyway.
yeah. And he's gotta add some numbers to his score. So right now he's gonna just get on the board and hope for the best. Yeah.
Well, I don't know here.
Oh, he's going for something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, he's on
Nice
the board.
nice little block. And a little bump. Okay. Ryan's gonna hope to knock that off and stick. But even if he just
If
knocks it
nothing
off, he'll
else,
be in
he's
good
gotta
shape.
knock it
just
off.
knock it off. Oh, he's going slow on it.
Now he's shooting it for the kitchen, and he scored. Yeah, with that kind of lead, and now they
two
only have
discs
2
up.
frames left.
Yeah.
Need to be sure he got him off because they each have a hammer left.
Steven has a dog named Archie that is apparently watching this live stream with his girlfriend Phoebe's parents.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Up in Chicago.
No, he's in Brooklyn. I don't know
In Brooklyn,
if
oh,
Archie
okay.
is currently in Brooklyn, but he is watching the live stream, I'm told.
Mm-hmm.
So hi, Archie.
Hi, Archie. Who would ever think Chicago and Brooklyn would come together in Florida to play shuffleboard?
It's pretty remarkable.
It
We've been
is
coming
terrific.
down with our league members for about 4 or 5 years. We come down every March and play in the Can-Am. And last year was the first year we had more people here for the tournament than St. Pete did. We
Wow.
overtook it. It
Wow.
became the Royal Palms tournament. Okay, well, this is a whole lot of nothing happening over here with Steven and Joe.
Yeah, they're right
Just
down
sort
to
of
the
clearing it.
yeah, right down to the end. 2 frames to go. Steven wants to tie it if he can. Now Joe needs to be in the 7 if he's going to be on the board. He's going to block the board, not take a chance.
Yeah, he's just.
But you see, at 12-4, if he did decide to go on, it would be in the 7,
Now he's
so
gotta
that
be
he'd
an
still have
8.
the lead. He's got to have
Gotta
an
get
8.
in there. Gotta get in there.
And
And
he
he
got it.
does.
Tie
And
game.
he does. Ties it up.
Yeah, tie game. Tie game. 1 frame to go.
Always great to see an evenly matched game like this, you know, where you really feel like both of these guys deserve to be here. They got where they were, fair and square, and it's anybody's game.
Well,
On
the
this
crowds-
side, it's
the crowd's really
63
gotta
to
be-
24.
Crowd's really got to be happy about this. Here we are, 3rd game, 12-12, 1 frame to go.
Wow.
Wow, is right. Wow.
Ryan's just shooting off. He's not taking any risks. He's gonna let John play for himself.
Well, if John were to score 40 points, you know, he'd have to score
Yeah.
4 10s. And
I mean, you know, I don't count my chickens, but I feel like he's got a good shot at it here.
I'd say yes.
He's just going to keep him off the board.
Yeah.
And then at
Yeah,
some
there's-
point, he'll
there's-
just let him catch up a little bit. Once he's gotten 2 discs off, he'll probably let him keep the rest on.
Really doesn't have to do anything more now because even if he gets 3 10s, he can't win. So
Trevor's got the wave going. Yeah, he's just going to keep everybody off the board. He doesn't want to risk anything. But it's just been a pleasure to watch him play. He's played so beautifully the whole tournament. Really, so many of these Royal Palms players have, and it's just thrilling for me personally to
You've
see.
got to be really proud of him.
So proud. And great sportsmanship, too, which I think is an underrated aspect of playing the game. John looking to finish strong here. And try to kitchen him on the last shot and take that 8. What the heck? Might as well. Might as well. Ah, didn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
Gave Ryan the 7
Yep.
and finishes that game.
Well,
All right, we've got one more frame for Joe and Steven over here on the other side. Pressure is on. We've got an evenly scored game.
this should be good.
Oh boy.
This strategy.
Oh boy.
There you go, guys.
Wow.
Okay.
This is like choosing between my 2 babies. I cannot root for either one. I feel nervous.
The strategy here is oh, that's a narrow St. Pete. Strategy here is Joe will keep him off the board, and Steven will try to shoot something high and get the extra frames.
Right, he's got the hammer, so he's just gonna stay off the board, and
But look at here. He tried to clear that St. Pete and didn't get it out of there.
now Steven's got a chance to hide, get a
Yes.
little bit of an opening.
Now, what's the speed?
Ooh.
He's got it.
Wow.
He's got it, and he's behind the hide. Likes my cats.
Leave him be. Don't pet him though. Let him do his thing, but don't pet him.
Oh, don't they?
You made a friend.
He covers up his open 7.
Wow.
All right. Now he'll take him off there one more time and make him recover so that he can shoot an 8 and win the match. Got him out
Wow.
of there. Got him out of there. Now what happens here is really Steven's got to go down in front of his black one, but he's really got to put it on the 7 and right up against it. He needs to snuggle his own 7. Now he's not doing it. So it leaves the board open.
Wow, this is very stressful. This is the last. Here we
Oh,
go.
look at here. This is, oh, I can't believe he's doing this. He's going to go down the alley and try to get him off.
Wow.
Win or lose with this
Wow,
shot.
this is it.
No.
Oh, wow. Wow, so Steven Dargo is moving on to the finals.
Great match.
Really great match. They
Wow.
both played beautifully.
Great
Steven's been
match.
trying for 6 years to do it.
Great
Chicago still excited. Pretty great. It's just thrilling to see. He's worked really hard. It's great to see him here.
Little
And
surprising.
Chicago will now move on to root for Steven in the finals.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, now we're going to head on. Steven Dargo will move into the finals against the Canadian. I don't know who that Canadian is, but we're going to find out. Roland. Okay, Roland. We're going to wait for Roland. We know who we're rooting for. I mean, it's anybody's game. We're happy to let anybody win. Oh. Oh. Oh, come here, Muffin. What are you doing?
He doesn't bother me. Actually.
He doesn't usually like anybody, Earl. He does not get pet by anybody, but he's made a friend. He made a friend.
He knows I have cats.
I guess
He likes
so.
cats.
He does like cats. Wow. That was a really exciting game. Disappointing for Chicago, but in the end, Chicago's got a long way to go.
I was a little surprised at the end there that Joe didn't either try to shoot an 8, and if he missed the 8, and made a 7, then it would be extra frames.
Okay, I think you should stop petting him now. I'm nervous.
Huh?
He usually doesn't like to be pet, so
He looks
seems
just as
great.
calm as can be.
I know. You're okay, huh? Joe, that was spectacular. Recording? Hey, Joe. That was great.
You did great, Joe.
Beautiful,
Great.
beautiful
It was fun
work.
to watch.
You like the back of his shirt? They use the Royal Palm Shuffleboard Club.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steven's getting ready to play.
Are we still on? Yeah, okay, now we're going to get ready for the finals. The finals is going to move over to...
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and watch the finals here with Royal Palm Steven Dargo coming out of Brooklyn against Roland, whose last name we don't yet know, from Canada. More on that in a minute.
Yeah, it's a clear shot. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try.
I'll see you fellas. Pleasure meeting you. Well, that's we met in Brooklyn, right? Great to meet you. Good to see you. Look forward to seeing you again, too. Maybe even here, who knows? We can watch another competition.
Yeah, we'll be back here next year for sure. Not before then. Hey man, that was fucking awesome. Who's that? Crazy. I know. Huh? Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow afternoon. So I have a day to sleep. Sunday beach day. Maybe we'll check out a little bit of the final. I really love this. They were just like, do you not get out? I mean, I saw them over there doing it. Oh, yeah, I didn't laugh. He's good. He knows what he's doing. No, the pro, I think the pro yeah. in Germany. Just like going around stuff with like all sorts of weird directions.
There was no. I want to use
Yeah. It was fun to play with them. We didn't do great. All our games are like,
I like how it's countdown, like, there's certain frames coming, so I have no time to
and that wasn't like that. The freshman at 75 is really interesting. We end up just like, I think more interesting. We're like 7 to 7 and this means nothing. 7 to 7. If you're behind, it means a lot.
Well, yeah, but even with singles, because you pitch in yourself once, and it's like, oh, you know, it's really hard to come back.
It's going to be live streamed. I don't have any. Oh, wait, hold
Yeah, someone's All got
It's also a non-official best looking poll, and Brooklyn's with that, so like across the board.
I would have been devastated in Chicago.
I just really hope they're
They're terrible. So every single one of them.
I hope that's recorded.
Yeah. Leaked audio later.
going.
We're at Green Dutch Living. We got it Friday.
Cancel the
Hi everybody, this is Ashley Albert coming to you live from the St. Pete Shuffleboard Club. I've got Earl Ball with me, #1 player in the world. That's
Have
what they
been.
say. That's what they say.
That's not for me to decide. That's for the rest of you.
And we are at what we think is the 14th annual Canadian American Amateur Tournament, the Can-Am, here in St. Petersburg, Florida, at the world's largest shuffleboard club.
And we have a couple of really great players going to go at it. We just had a chance to watch the young fella from Royal Palms in Brooklyn.
Yes, Stephen Dargo.
Win for the American side. The Canadian champion was decided some time ago.
Yeah,
we waited.
earlier this afternoon. They
Yep.
were faster players than the Americans, and we've ended up with Roland Cloutier as the challenger, the Canadian challenger to Stephen Dargo, who just won against Joe Brennan, who was a Royal Palms Chicago player. I'm very proud to have one of our players in the final match playing for the big money.
We don't know a great deal about Roland, but he must be playing very well to be representing Canada in this tournament.
I'll tell you, when we were watching the Americans play, I peeked over at what the Canadians were doing, and I saw Roland whiff a shot, and I thought, not so good. And then I looked up at the scoreboard and saw that he was playing so far ahead that he just was giving the guy a gimme. And I said, oh, never mind. I guess we do have something to worry about after all.
I don't think we'll see very many gimmies in this one. This one, if it's anything like the last match we watched, this ought to be really good.
Yes,
and we have
is
a
playing
great
beautifully.
crowd.
And the crowd is excited. You know, for the last match, it was Royal Palms Chicago against Royal Palms Brooklyn, and the audience was split, rooting for their own home team. But now that it's the Americans against the Canadians, I think we're all going to come together against a common enemy. And I'm going to have a hard time staying biased, or unbiased, but I will do my best. I will do my best, and I'm sure Roland's going to make some great shots. Roland.
I'm looking forward to it. They're just finishing up practice right now.
Yep, they're taking their practice shots. My business partner for the Royal Palms, Jonathan Schnapp, out there on the courts doing a setup. I guess, nope, Steven doesn't want to set up. We're just going to go for it. So Steven's now
probably shooting intersections. When you don't set up, you usually shoot intersections. The 8-10 where it hits the angle line, or the 7-8 where it hits the angle line. And if he's practicing hiding, he may very well be shooting across the 8-10 in the center line to see if he can get across the center line on a narrow St. Pete. Right down the center here. No, he's on.
Is he testing for drift mostly? Is he's seeing where the shots that he wants to make in the future, where they're going to go if he tries to make them now? Is that what he's doing?
That's what he's doing, yeah. Checking the drift.
Mm-hmm. Roland prefers the setup 4 across the back.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to test for kitchen speed.
When they play this, Ashley, they do. They've got what, 2 for speed and 4 across any way you want them.
Yep. But I have heard that when you're playing even those 4 any way you want them, you're still really testing all 4 discs for speed, so that you know when you're playing which ones are your slow ones, which ones are your fast ones, and you use your slow ones to put up hides and to land your hammers, and you use your fast ones to clear. Would you say that that's true?
Yeah, that's about right. You want to use your best disc to try to score your hammer.
And what is your best? What does it mean to have a best disc?
Oftentimes, when you're clearing, the discs spend time in the gutters,
Mm-hmm.
and they are rougher than the court, so they get roughed up and usually are not as fast as disc 3 and 4
Okay.
that people are trying to score with.
Got it. Because you're trying to clear those first few discs,
Yeah.
and then you really are trying to put it on the
Then-
board.
then
That
you-
makes sense.
You've got to have something you have confidence in to shoot that hammer.
And you feel the ones that are less rough are your better discs.
They're the smoothest. You
They're the
can count on
smoothest.
them to go down the court.
Right. I don't like to
smoothest.
count on those smooth ones because they go right down the court and then right into the kitchen. That's not what I'm looking for. Something rough that's going to stop before I sabotage myself.
Hard to make those kitchens up, isn't it?
Okay, I
It
think
is.
we're up. I think Roland came out with a
Yep.
St. Pete. Steven
Ooh,
meant to
he
clear it and
nicked it.
missed.
Yeah.
That's a tough mistake right off the bat.
Roland
Roland's
is
going to
gonna
try to capitalize on that.
try
Take
to
the hide
hide.
if he can.
Oh, he's gonna hit
he's
it.
a little wide.
He's going to
Oh.
hit it, roll in the 10.
Did a favor for Steven there. That was good. That could have gotten himself into early trouble.
Steven's got a great chance right here.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to kitchen it. I think
No,
he's just going to
he's-
knock him out.
Get him out of there.
Which is actually, depending on, he doesn't know much about Roland's ability, whether he's able to just knock him into the kitchen, what he's going to do here. That's risky, but it paid off.
Yeah,
And now he's got a little hide.
Yeah, early in the game, you don't want to take any big risk. Don't let the game get away from you early.
Yeah. You don't want to take big risks.
Don't
early.
want to take
Right.
big risks.
You just
let
want
the
to
game
play
get
it
away.
slow and steady. He's going to take
Look
a
at
hide.
there.
It looks beautiful.
Nice
oh.
hide.
And is
Nice
that
hide.
good? I think that's
Looks-
good.
Looks like
still get it.
he can see the edge of it, and since he doesn't have the hammer, he'll try to get it,
Yep, and he does.
and he did. Yeah. So it's hammer.
The Canadians are over there feeling
Yeah.
pumped up. Steven's going to try to land his hammer now. It would be great to just go up with an early lead.
Come on. Wow.
Oh, misses it.
I don't know. Did he
I don't
miss
think
it?
so. No good. Oh, maybe.
Looks.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep, he did make it.
And he
High
gets
eight.
it. That's pretty exciting. That's nice to put an 8 on the board right away.
I'll tell you, those high 8s are hard to come by. That's something they'll both want a little later in the game,
Sure.
the high 8.
But yeah, you'd hate to lose your first hammer and not get something up there when you've got a clear board. So that's great that it went his way.
Yep.
Okay, now Stephen will go out first. Roland will have a chance to answer the call.
Looks like he's going to put up a St. Pete. St. Pete being the far side height, Tampa being a near side height.
And something that newer players don't realize is that's very often the shot that most good players open with. They
Yeah.
don't open with something wide on the wide open court. They start with something to hide behind, and then on their second shot, they hope to hide behind it.
We often call this a physical chess game. And those hide blocks are like the pawns. They're hiding your more powerful
Yeah.
players.
And
pieces.
there's nothing that strikes more fear in your heart than when your opponent gets themselves behind a really hot to trot hide that there's nothing you can do about.
Well, now look at here. He can bump up either one of those. Probably the one down.
The one that's farther down, take a block. Is that?
Well,
that
I'd say the
looks
one
like
on
what he's
our
gonna
left.
do.
That
Yeah.
must be what he's going to do.
I think so. Takes a delicate touch
Yeah.
here. I don't think he's
No,
going to get it.
he's blocking off. Because it's Roland's hammer, he's blocking off the board.
I think he was trying to get a little
Do ya?
bump there. I do.
Look at
But
here.
oh.
This.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Wow, in the kitchen.
They call that Suicide Alley, and you
Yeah,
just had
there's
a
a
chance to
reason
see
for it.
why they call it
And
Suicide
it's pretty
Alley.
blocked up. Does Steven block it further, or does he score
Well,
on the
in
other
that
side?
he doesn't have the hammer, this is a 75-point game shot. You kind of go on either side.
He's going to go for the
Yep.
points.
I'm not sure
I
that's
don't
a
know if
wise
he's gonna
move.
make it, but
No, this gives Roland a chance to get out of the kitchen, but he's
still
got to be
steals his
just
hammer
perfect.
either way. Oh,
Yeah.
nope, and he doesn't
No,
get
hit
there.
the wrong one.
Doesn't get there.
So-
That puts Steven up by 18.
Yeah. 18 after 2 frames.
I mean, that's not too shabby.
No.
And, I think being a newer player and playing against unknown opponents, I think Steven has been playing for 6 years at Royal Palms Brooklyn, but he's been playing against the same people, so he knows their games, he knows their tricks. These are brand new opponents, and he doesn't know what he's up against. So it's really meaningful to go up this much this early on and get some confidence that he is playing at the level of everybody else at this tournament, or beyond the level.
Well, and certainly to be in the position he is of playing for first place in the Canadian American Championship,
Not bad.
you must
Not
be pretty
bad.
good.
I don't know. It's a cash prize, but I don't know what that cash prize is.
I wouldn't have any idea either.
I expect that he'll be buying me a present. I'll see. I haven't negotiated what my commission cut will be.
I think last year first place was worth $340. Somebody
not
had
too
told
shabby.
me. No.
We
not-
had someone who came in 7th and got $87.
Oh,
So,
okay.
the best I think the Royal Palms did last year was 6th. So it's pretty great that we're 1, 2, and 3 this year.
Look at here. Look at here. He's going to try the alley again.
Still, better
Yeah,
shot at
that-
it. That's a nice one. Oh,
And he made it.
He's in.
And he made it.
that's
Yeah.
a nice shot. Steven's going to try to get that out. He's got
well,
an angle on it.
He's got either one. If he can hit it, knock it out of there. Otherwise, just get it in there for a score.
Oh,
we
no. Well, clear
often
the block
say-
is okay.
We often say if you can't beat them, join them.
Uh-huh.
Because then they'll go down and try to
And try
take
to
you
get
out
you
and get
make a
themselves
mess.
out.
Yeah. It's a nice block from Roland.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, he just needs to
Right,
minimize the
he's-
damage and take an 8.
He's
yeah?
going to score. Yeah, that's what he's going to try to do anyway, is
Yeah.
score. Looking good at this point.
I like it. Oh, no,
I don't
on
know.
the line.
That drifted in on the center line, didn't
Wow. That's a shame.
it? Yeah.
Okay.
See,
Roland now
that's
has,
one of the things he was
2 in the
trying.
hole.
Yeah, that was one of the things he was trying to pick up in practice was what's it do around that center line.
He won't make that mistake again.
No, he He'll get
But
that straightened out.
Again, you know, this game is so different than the way that we play in the Royal Palms. We don't have beads on our court. So, I mean, just the control that's required and the finesse that's required on these courts is so vastly different. A lot of these guys come down on Wednesday and Thursday just to acclimate themselves and start playing on the court so that by the time they get to Saturday, it's just not a brand new thing, or they would never keep anything on.
It's great that they can get away and go
Yeah.
do something like come down to Florida
Yeah.
and do that. Of course, I would think coming from Chicago and the New York area this time of year,
It wasn't
Florida-
too hard to sell.
Florida would be kind of a nice place
Yeah,
to
not so
come for a
bad.
while.
Not so bad.
Yeah. They all look young enough to shovel snow, though. They'd be okay.
They're happy to be here, although we've had cold weather here in
Yes, you
in
have.
Florida. We did
Yeah.
not get what we bargained for.
No.
Okay, he's just clearing here. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe it was
Well, he
too-
wanted to
it was
open
a
up his
He
hide, I
just
think.
didn't want to worry about the hide. Oh, okay. Oh, Roland has the hammer.
And see, the thing is, Roland's liable to run the alley again. So he's trying to keep it open, I think. I don't know. He's
I don't know what
going to do
doing.
something
He's
else
gonna
here.
Try to bump here? What is, I
No,
don't know.
he's blocking that alley.
Oh, yeah, he knows what he's up to.
The problem becomes a bump up right here.
That's
We
what he's
don't-
going to
we
go
don't
for.
know where
That's
that-
dangerous. It's a nice shot there. He's good.
Yep.
Oh, no, it didn't get it.
No. He opened up a potential double. Depending on the drift with it. Now, let's see. What's Steven going to do? Steven could take that right out of there, and then that way he doesn't have to worry about
Or he might just try to
Any
take
double.
a hide here. I think he wants to score, or at least
He's
block it
blocking
from
the board.
scoring. Yeah, that's a nice
That's-
move.
that's-
I like that.
That's good and bad. Look at the cradle for a 10.
I see. Yeah, he'll just bump it right in.
Right.
And he's going to
Well, he
try.
can go right between two and he'll stay there.
Oh, I see. Just
Looks to me like he's trying to make
them
them
both.
both.
It comes
He's
a
going to
little
try
hot.
to make them both.
Comes a little hot.
I don't know if he
and
got
gets
either
neither.
one.
No.
He didn't get either
Oh, he's
one.
they're gonna just double check, but I think no. But so you would say that would be the move. What you're calling a cradle when there's two with just a hole in the middle for the 10, you can just kind of knock those two out and let the momentum keep you there.
Yeah, because then at that point it would have been 0 to 8,
Right.
which is, just
Not too
a
bad.
one block
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
And there's, 6 more frames to go, 7 more frames to go.
And it's best 2 out of 3, so this is just the first game. So no matter who it goes to, there'll be more chances to come back. I like Roland's outfit. It looks very roomy and comfortable. A lot of room for movement.
Got a jacket on. That's the kind of weather
Yep,
we have here
I
right now.
know.
This time of year, we oftentimes have pretty warm weather.
Yeah, I know for the Floridians in the bunch, they've got winter coats and scarves and hats and gloves, and
It's cold, yeah.
we were in the pool last night.
You were.
Well, I wasn't in the pool, but some of my people were in the pool.
Yeah, we those of us that live in Florida would think that might be
That's
a little
yeah.
bit cold.
Oh,
Oh, he's on line.
it's a tough break.
Well, now you get down to, see here now, Steven has the lead. Well, he's going to go over. Now he's going to hide, it looks like. He's going to hide and leave that potential double
I
set.
think he wants to. Oh no, he's
No,
going
he
to
took
clear
it
the
out.
block.
Took it out.
Oh,
that's
but he
that's
didn't clear.
that's a good move from the standpoint of now he can see the whole thing at least.
Yeah, but right, because he's
If
got
he
the
gets-
hammer. But
if he gets
this guy's
two
gonna
on
try
there.
to bump here.
He didn't
Oh,
make
just
it.
having bad
Didn't
luck.
make it.
But he did kind of block up the board. I mean, Steven's got to go down the side here to get anything done and
He's
still
gotta go
avoid
down.
making a mess.
Yeah, I'm going to go down this side so we can avoid, you're right,
Yeah.
hitting one of those blocks and giving him
Doesn't
something.
have a lot of wiggle room.
Oh, he got by it.
Wow.
And he made it. Wow.
Gorgeous shot. Gorgeous shot.
He used up all the real estate, but he got
did.
it.
He got to the very end of the lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That was a great shot, though. And a nice 7 that gives him a more comfortable lead.
Yes, well, it's 15 to 2 off, so that's
I
two
mean, look,
big
it's
blocks.
2 big blocks. It's not he isn't running away with it, but it at least starts to put a little bit of distance.
Rather
between him
have
and his
that lead
opponent.
than be behind.
That's for sure.
So
You'd
that's
rather
great.
be the other guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Roland's hammer. Stevens going out.
Looks like he is. Looks like he is going out there with a St. Pete, doesn't it?
We're in the 6th frame of 10. Gonna put up a St. Pete. And Roland doesn't play a clearing game.
No, he's filling with a purpose. We try to teach people not to do that, but he's doing it with a purpose. He wants to run the alley, but he's not fooling Steven because Steven's seen him do it twice already.
So now he just knows to block it up.
But see, now he's going to bump this up. That's when I say doing it with a purpose. If he blocks it, then he's going to push it up.
And he just did that,
and he did
it worked
see?
this time.
Yeah.
Steven's still got an angle on it, I think, if he comes in. Or at least can hide his own thing.
He might be able. That's very narrow St. Pete. We're going to find out right now if he can get past it. Oh, no, he's going to try to run the yellow one back there.
Oh, no, that was a nice try. Didn't work out.
See, that's one where you would say, if you're going to run it back there like that, maybe you should run the black one back there because if you
get your own thing happening.
if you hit it, then you
otherwise
stay
it could
there.
stick, yeah. Okay, well, Roland's
Oh,
got
boy,
him
look at
running.
here.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Bad luck.
Just got one.
Now he's
look
got
at
an opening.
Look
I
at
think he
this
can get
decision.
there.
He's got to get it, and if he doesn't, he's looking at giving
And
up
a
3
double.
blocks.
Yeah. All right, here he goes. He's getting in there. Oh, tough break.
Yeah, now this
break.
can be a game changer right here. He get all the points back right here with this shot. That looks pretty hard to me. Oh, he didn't get it.
Oh.
Got 15 though. 15.
That turns things around. He's still going to be down by 2, but that's a big change. That's a big swing.
Yep.
It's a strong hammer round from Roland Puissier. Ooh. Elliot. It's okay. Welcome back.
Well, let's see here now. Roland is headed out.
Okay, he's going to come back.
Okay, and he put up a Tampa. Let's see what Steven's going to do here. Clearing him off.
Yeah.
Clearing him off.
At this point, Steven's just got to get back around.
Playing for his hammer. Oh, look at there. That's a good one. Good 10. Well, he's going to look at it.
Sorry, I'm just... Yeah,
Keeps the board
Steven's
clear.
not going to take any risks.
Keeps the board clear. He does have the lead, and he does have the hammer, so.
You can leave him. Sorry, we're having some dog interference. It's all okay. Yep, Steven's just going to clear. It's too close for comfort here.
Now he really wants to shoot something high because he doesn't really want Steven there. Look at here. He's trying to shoot a 10.
No, he's just blocking it up so that Steven only has one side of the board to work with. Oh.
And he made it. Takes
Beautiful.
his lead from 2 points to 10 points.
He needed that. And that was exactly what he tried to do. He just played that classic, clear the board, score your hammer. Nothing fancy, just get everything off.
Keep the lead.
Yep,
Keep the
get
lead.
everything out of the way and then score your hammer. It's just the scoring the hammer part that's so hard.
Yeah.
The rest of that strategy I got a real handle on.
A lot of
I can
lines out
clear
there
the
on that
board, no
court.
problem.
They got lots of line. Well, the line's 13 inches wide, too, 6 inches for the block on each side of a 1 inch line. You've got that 13 inches in there you've got to avoid. Putting up a St. Pete.
A little bit
now,
close.
Roland has been just
He
filling
loves
in.
that, yeah, still going to do it again.
Yep, and that's what he's doing. He's filling in.
So you think he's doing this to plan to block or to
Either
plan
run
to
the
go
alley,
down the side?
run the alley,
or bump.
push it in. But he doesn't have that one where he can really push it in very good.
Steven's going to do the same thing,
Yeah.
block up that option.
See, now, in order to be effective, he needs to run it up on his side of the board. Otherwise, it'll be open. Aha.
Oh,
He says, okay, if you block one, what are you going to do with the other one? Is what he just did.
so Stephen at this point should take the hide, yeah?
If he
Take
can
his
hide,
own
he should
hide?
take the hide. Otherwise, you got to take that top one out of there.
Oh, it looks like
No,
he's doing something
looks-
gentle. I don't
yeah.
know what he's trying to do there, but that's
Trying to keep him from getting
from
that
bumping.
one up there.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, he's going to run the black one into the yellow one to try to
See,
get on the
nope,
board.
he's trying to
And he hit the
bump.
wrong one.
Wrong one.
Oh boy.
Open things up.
Look,
Feel
look
like
at
there
here.
is a hide now
Yeah.
for Stephen.
Yeah.
He's going to try to take that deep 8. Oh, misses it. Might bump the yellow.
But it's
No, but it nice.
it's either
blocks it
not
up.
on or it's high.
Right. But now Roland's got a very small window to get through. He's going to try. Looks like he might get there. And he does.
did.
He does.
Beautiful
He takes
eight.
that 8.
Beautiful eight. So the lead is back to 2. 2 with 2 frames to go.
2 with 2 frames. It's pretty tight.
2 with 2 frames to go. Well, now. See, now this becomes really interesting. He's got 2 frames to go.
21 to 23.
Yeah. And
Puts
he
up a
can
same
he can put this game, if he can score an 8 with his hammer, get him off and score an 8 with his hammer, you have a 10-point lead.
I
with
think
1
that's
to
his
go.
plan. I think he's just gonna focus on clearing.
But
and
looking
scoring
at
his
the other
hammer.
side, of course, if Roland was able to get a stick out of him and hide one, then it comes down to Roland having the hammer with a chance to win.
Yeah. The danger here, and this happens to me sometimes when I play, is when I know all I have to do is clear. Sometimes I get sloppy, and I'll just whiff. You
Well,
know,
you wanna be
you want to make sure that you're clearing and not. You know, he's actually playing it pretty close because you don't want to hit it straight on and stick. You want to hit it from the side, but you scooch it a little too
But you
far
want
over
to be
and
sure you
miss.
don't miss it,
You
too.
want to be sure there's nothing worse. So now for his last shot, he's making him chase him.
This is an important shot. If he scores
He's
this
got to
shot,
get there. Nice and slow.
stay off the line.
Chance
He
to
did.
stick.
Yeah. So
Took
so
that
now
8.
that
was
gives
an
him a
important
10-point lead.
8 going into the last frame.
Yeah, and the 10-point lead. Now you get down to blocking the 10, which still allows Roland to shoot that one for the kitchen, because he needs to get a 10 on or 10 off.
Now, at this point, would you say Stephen should still be playing defensively and trying to keep everything off the board?
Well,
Because then he needs
yes.
a 10, right?
This
And if
this
he-
is a key shot. He needs to put up a good hide in case he needs it.
Got it. Okay, and he
Now,
does.
now the other part is Roland
It's a beautiful,
needs to.
beautiful hide.
So he will
Right.
use his fill in,
This
and then
is
he'll
his
try to
trick.
run the alley if
He's
he gets
gonna
any
try to
chance
bump
at
it.
all.
Now
Right.
Stephen will do the same thing and go up the side and block him. So he
I'd
can't.
blow the yellow one out of there right now. Make
Oh
him
yeah,
do it
just
again.
get it. No, he's going to do
No.
the other trick.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's
Which-
actually pretty nice because there's not much
Yep.
to do.
But look at the straight on bump now.
Yeah, it's a
If
risky
if
one.
he makes this, it's having an
It's going to
orney.
put him into trouble. He's going to try for it. Looks like he's a little far. Oh, got it. He got it.
That is a
That is a
game-winning
really,
shot,
really hard.
because now Stevens really got to do something, because
Yeah,
Roland has the hammer and 2 blocks wins.
and it is, you know, it's interesting from this angle to see it and know that that's what he was going to do, but you wonder if in the heat of the moment it even occurred to Stephen, even though he's done it a bunch of times.
Oh, what a shot.
Wow, that was gorgeous.
Took it right out.
Wow.
Took it right out.
An expert, meticulously played shot.
Mm-hmm.
Really impressive. Roland's going to try to take it again and lands on the line.
This is, now he's got to block that up.
The 10. He's got to
Yeah,
just
got
keep
to
it blocked.
block the
No
10 up.
room for the, yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what he's going to do. It's actually really nice.
But now
Beautiful.
Roland needs to shoot a kitchen, so that, which is 10 points.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that's
oh,
what he's
that's
going to
true.
do.
Yeah, what do you do at this point? He's going to go up the side.
He's going
go
to
up
try
the
to roll
side.
off that and make the double.
Didn't do it.
trying to roll
Steven
off
takes
and
the
hit
first
the other
game.
one.
Okay, first game goes to Royal Palms, Brooklyn.
Yeah. Well, that was a good game.
That
You
was
got
a
right
great
down to the
game.
last shot.
And again, you know, that's what you want to see with all of these games, an evenly matched game, so that you know that both players clawed their way to this place, rightfully so, and they're really in it together.
I tell you, I understand you guys read it until 7 o'clock or so last
Yeah.
night, trying to decide. And you had 18 people in a shootout trying to make the field.
We'll have
That's exciting.
We'll have to get a note from our producers at Shuff.io who can tell us how many players there were in the tournament. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll get the number because it's pretty impressive that they've come this far.
I heard some.
So I'm getting from Kevin Reedy, the masthead of Shuff.io, that it was 136 Americans and 21 Canadians. So less Canadians to contend with to get here, but Stephen had to beat out 135 other American players to get to this position. It's an interesting setup for the tournament.
They don't practice before the second game.
I guess they don't. I know, that's interesting. Maybe they just didn't realize and they just went right into it. Oh, he's going to go for a double right here.
And he got it.
And
He got it. 7 and an 8.
It's beautiful.
Wow. Now this is. He must know he can hit it. He did. He tried to hit them both. This, one of the things about the game is you have to be careful to take the shots you're sure you can make early in the game. Later in
Yeah.
the game, you might have to take some chances.
Seems just going to try to protect.
He's going to
Or
cover
is he going to just try
cover
to?
it. It's a gift on the opponent's hammer.
Yeah.
You always
yeah,
want to
might
keep
as well
those
keep
gifts, particularly early. Once again.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Now he's got nowhere to go
He's
except
just
up
down
the,
that
he's
one
got
side of
one
the board.
side. I think so. Yeah, get the
And he didn't get there.
get the.
He didn't get there, so Roland didn't score, and Stevens up 7-0.
Bring him around the other side. Bring him around that way. He thinks that he's coming this way to come to me, but he's got to go around. Now what? Okay. He's going to try to jump over the chair.
Pick him up and put him down.
If I can get to him. Let me see if I can. Yeah, let me see if I can get him. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Sorry, everybody. We've made a mess of things. Oh, gosh. Oh gosh.
Okay. Roland puts up a hide.
Sorry.
Careful. Okay.
Oh, well, here he is. He's been a menace to this entire production.
Cute dog. Well, we're into a clear the board game here and be conservative early.
All right, what's happening here?
You know, we've got a black 8 out there, but Steven has the hammer, so I'm sure he'll just clear it off.
Yeah.
And he does a fine job doing that, too. All right, looking for a high one here. Looking for a high one.
Oh,
And he got a high one. Look at
yeah.
there. Look at there.
That's nice.
High one is one that's less than 6 inches over the line, the disc being a 6-inch disc.
Because
keep the
then when you
opponent
knock
from
it
scoring.
out, right, it lands on the line. That's exactly
Yeah.
what happened. It stole
Yeah.
his hammer.
Generally, if you're going to shoot a high one, though, you want to shoot it on the side that your opponent's going to shoot from because it's harder to roll that way. That disc that was in this 8 here, if you hit it, you can roll in the other 8.
I see. But on the if it's your own side,
It's much
you're
more
just going to
difficult.
stick.
Yeah.
Right. Nothing more delicious than a roll. You love a good dinner roll. It's delicious. Okay, so
These
where are we at
different
here?
rolls
We've got
here, Ashley.
it's 7-0 Steven Zargo from Royal Palms, Brooklyn has the lead. Roland Cloutier from Canada still at 0, but it's very early on in the game.
Out in narrow St. Pete, Roland is big alley runner.
Yeah, but he hasn't gotten a chance to try it out on this side of the court.
He's going to
So,
fill in.
went
Filling
a
in
little too far.
deep. Look at here, if he hits this one and rolls a little bit, he'll be behind that yellow one.
So he's just trying to clear it, I think.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he did.
Gonna try to keep him from doubling on that.
Yep, trying to kitchen it in the mean while he's
Yeah,
at it.
might as well.
Yep.
Let's see if Steven tries the same trick. No, he's just
gonna
going to
get
clear
out
it,
of
yeah.
there. Yeah. Now he's going to run the alley.
Okay, let's see how he does on this side. Didn't have the luck with the
that's pretty-
trick. Oh, pretty wide. Or-
Oh, look at there.
Well, that
He
didn't
gave
work.
Steven
It
a
gave him a
hide trying
beautiful
to get
Tampa.
past it.
Okay, now he's going to have to run the alley. Let's see if he learned anything from Roland. Oh, wow.
He's in there
Wow.
on the 7.
Gorgeous.
Look at here. He's going to
What
try
a
to go across.
gorgeous hide.
Yeah. Looked like he was going to go across court, but he thought of it.
No, he's
Decided
going
to
to try to
try
get
to just
his
keep it
own
close.
score. Yep, which is
And
nice.
he did it. 7-8. So it is
interesting.
now 14-8.
14-8, still early on in anybody's game. It's interesting though, these guys aren't chatting with each other. You know, we always joke, Jonathan, my partner, and I always joke that, you know, part of what makes someone a good shuffleboard player is how they are on the bench and who they are when they're talking to their opponent, and part of playing the game is really playing the bench.
Yeah.
And these guys are not playing the bench. They are focused completely on the game itself. Oh,
Roland, yeah, that's
Roland speaks French.
director just saying that they can't talk to each other very well because they speak 2 different
I
languages.
don't know if Steven may speak French for all we know.
He
He's
may.
a worldly guy.
Yeah, he may.
He has his own architecture firm. He lives in Brooklyn, not too far from the club.
Oftentimes when you're playing doubles, the guy on one end will be bad-mouthing his partner. And one of the strategies is if he wants to bad-mouth his partner, you let him do it.
Sure.
You know, if he partner misses a few shots, you may say something like, geez, maybe you're right. He is having a tough day, isn't he? And then
And let him just get negative,
just keeps
yeah.
getting worse and worse.
Sneaky. My technique is, I always say that everybody has much more to lose losing to me than I have to gain winning to them. So the minute they make a mistake, I start pretending that I'm really excited that I might actually beat them, and then they get really nervous and then they beat themselves. I say, oh my goodness, am I going to beat you? This is crazy. I can't believe it. I'm terrible at shuffleboard.
Well, that just reminds me of something. One of the things we find in shuffleboard, that rolled on the line,
Yeah.
no score.
No score.
One of the things we find in shuffleboard is the difference between men and women and getting even. If a man gets whacked and put in the kitchen or something, he's got to get even immediately.
Got to go right back and try to put the other guy in the kitchen too.
But women don't do that. Women will pick their spot and they'll get you, and they'll really get you. So
Well, you know, we don't separate our men and women when we play. And here too, it was co-ed, and
Yeah.
it's really, there's no need to separate men and women in shuffleboard. It's not a brute strength game. It's not about distance. It's a strategy game.
our Central District in Florida, we play men and women together, and the women are very good players.
Oh yeah. That said, Royal Palms was listed in the New York Post for being one of the best places to meet single men.
Oh, is that right?
A lot of young single men hanging out.
Well, how about young
Playing
single
shuffleboard.
women? They
And
must be
single
there
women
too. Then,
Sure,
huh?
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now he's going to block it, so he can't get down
double
that
that.
alley and make that double.
And he loves the alley. Oh.
Is he out far enough?
Narrow,
Well,
but
he's
not bad.
far enough, I guess. Look at there. Look at there. He'll continue to block the board up, I would
Yeah.
guess.
Or just knock that one out. Just don't leave any room for error
Yeah,
here.
that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Now.
Is he going to try to kitchen
Oh,
him
yeah,
here, you think?
he has to, I think.
Yeah. A little fast. Too fast.
No, he
Oh, but
wasn't.
took
He
the
wasn't
10.
trying to kitchen him.
You think he was just trying to take the 10?
Just get him out of there, yeah. Now, if he
Steven's
sticks
gonna
the 10.
answer.
He's going to stick the 10.
Oh.
Okay.
No,
Now, he
just
didn't leave a
missed it.
backstop for it. He got it knocked through the kitchen,
Right.
so there's no backstop. But there's enough room to hold it, but not a lot. It's got to be
see.
perfect.
And it
Uh-oh,
didn't
uh-oh,
work.
look at there.
Oh,
Look at there.
wow. Wow.
He mishit it, so he didn't hold the 10.
And
Went
gave
over
himself
and
a negative.
knocked the yellow one into his one on the 7-8 line, and it went in the kitchen.
Wow. On his hammer.
On his hammer.
That's a
on his
tough
hammer.
blow.
That's right. Yeah.
Now he's 2 off. Yep, he was up 8, so it's 14 to negative 2.
14 to 2 off after 5 frames. So you got half a game to go. It's certainly not out of hand,
No, but that's enough to shake your confidence for sure.
especially when you don't have this hammer. You could be down what
Right.
amounts to 3 blocks after
Got to
this hammer.
minimize that damage.
With
Oh, that was a mistake from Steven. Don't want to leave anything.
well, let's see what can happen here.
He's going to try to take that high.
And he's got it
Oh,
hidden.
he's got it. It's beautiful.
He's got it hidden.
Beautiful.
That's to get one on the other guy's hammer at this point in the game is very important
Yeah.
to get back in the game.
So does Steven at this point probably just clears his own block, right?
That's probably what he should do, but it looks
He's
to me
got
like he's
plenty
going
of-
to try to get
plenty
one down the
display.
side.
He's going to just,
No, he
Yeah.
was taking it off.
I think he was probably trying to clear it, the disc, but clearing the block is good enough.
Covers it up. Keep the gift on the other guy's hammer. He's got it. Steven's got to get it open so he can't try to get a second one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and he, wow.
Beautiful
Wow,
shot.
what a great shot.
Great shot. So he replaced, he still gave him the hide,
Yeah, still got the hide, but now
but
he's
he's
got
got
to
to
make it
execute
again.
it. Yeah, and this time he
Oh, he bounces. Oh,
doesn't
my
get it.
gosh, it's a high 8.
Doesn't
he hit
get
the
there.
hide
I
block
don't think
and
it's
rolled.
in there. Is
Yeah,
it in?
looks
No,
like it is.
no good.
No, it's not.
Lucky,
Wow.
lucky.
Wow, I thought maybe it was in there.
That side's still blocked up, but Steven's going to try to make an 8 here. And
Wow.
he gets it.
Just creeped
He
over the
gets it.
line. The crowd is great, but generally as a player, you don't hear the crowd at all.
You don't hear, you're so busy
You don't-
playing, you
you-
don't even notice them.
You're so focused on what you're doing that you don't hear the crowd.
Have you ever played with Gigi Briggs? Do you know Gigi
Oh, yeah,
Briggs?
yeah.
She was my coach when at High River in Chicago. Oh no, in Canada.
Canada,
And
Alberta.
she would watch me play with sunglasses on, and because she wasn't playing, so she would come and watch my matches. And if I did something great, she'd close her eyes and like pump her fist. She wouldn't say anything. She just yeah. It was great. If you looked over and you saw her do that, you knew you did a good job.
No. I'm gonna go the other way.
Steven tried to put up a St. Pete there, but it was a little low. Didn't
Yeah.
do much for him.
Roland's got to start taking some risks. I'm surprised he's not on the board.
Yeah, he's got to get on
Playing
the board now.
kitchen.
It's 22 to -2.
He
He
would-
doesn't have a lot of room to be just playing a clearing game at this point.
Being French Canadian that winters in Florida, he would certainly have more experience at playing kitchen
Sure.
than Steven has.
And Steven's just going to keep clearing. He's not leaving any room for any hides, for anything to happen. He just really wants to keep the board open, you know, and then close it up for him. I'm going to try to get a hide here
Well, he's
Or on the
trying
board.
to force Steven
on the board.
to not be able to clear on the side he wants to. Clear on the inside and roll on the board.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Wow. puts him in the kitchen and
Steven,
blocked.
yeah, Steven made a great kitchen. It's hidden. It's deep. It's deep.
And
so.
I mean, you can see it, but
Yeah.
he's gonna try to do a return.
And he did it.
Wow.
Two kitchens. So the score doesn't change.
Score doesn't change. That's good playing.
Okay, we're headed into the
Okay,
eighth frame. So
2 left.
well, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, Ashley.
No score.
No.
That could have been a real page turner, but we're just sticking with it's still
24 points.
Oh no, now we're
No.
Now it's
Well,
12
yeah,
to negative
yeah,
12.
no,
Yeah.
it is 24.
Still the
isn't it?
same
Yeah.
still the same distance apart, but
There now, yeah. Yeah, he
He's
can't
just
wait
trying to
any.
bait him to
Can't
come
wait
out.
any longer. He's
yeah, he's
got to
gotta
get out there on the
gotta
board.
get on the board. Steven's gonna try to not stick.
Yeah. A lot of people shoot at that, but that'll still be there for the last shot if he needs it, because he doesn't have the hammer. So he might as well keep going on the board, and he didn't make it.
But he's saying you'll have it if you need it to
Don't
hide
shoot.
later.
Yeah, if you need to
Got
shoot
it.
one in the kitchen with your last shot,
Oh,
now
Uh-oh.
he'll hide. I mean, I would think he would hide.
yeah, versus trying to knock that into the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's just gonna try to go in right in the middle there. Could get
He did a
Steven
good
in
job if
trouble.
he doesn't hit the
yeah.
line.
Oh,
He
on
hit
the
the
line.
line.
He's having some trouble hitting
Yeah.
those shots.
Get this one blocked off, I would think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smart move. Really smart shot from Steven. And now Roland is got
He's
his last
got to
disc.
shoot one for the kitchen, or he may hit that yellow one and roll in.
Is
That's a
you think that's his
possibility.
plan?
Well, that
What's he
looks
gonna
like
do
what he
here?
is trying to do. No, he.
Oh!
Oh, wow! Wow.
Wow. That was
He knocked.
really, really tough blow.
He was
Gave him a
trying
10
so
and
hard.
an
He
8.
hit the wrong block and put a 10 and an 8 of the
Now
opponents on the
Steven's
board.
just gotta. I mean, what do you do here? I wouldn't even want to mess with anything. I guess
Well,
you
he
go up the
doesn't
side.
have.
You don't want to.
This is one of those things where all you can do is make a
Yeah.
mistake. I mean, he's got a 24
It's
point
true.
lead, and
I
then he
would
adds
just
18
go
to
very,
it.
very gentle and not. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he's gonna knock
Don't
himself
hit
out.
it. And he made
Wow.
it. 25.
Wow. 3 up.
25.
3 up.
So he's got a 49 point lead with
With one
just the
frame to
ninth.
go.
Well, the 9th and 10th. Yeah.
Wow. That's quite a lead. I might have to get my. Is this the final frame? 2 frames left.
2. Yeah.
I've got to get my Instagram ready so that I can show the people when the time comes. Oh, the wave? Oh, we can do the wave too. Oh. Okay, so Steven's just shooting off. He's not
Yeah,
leaving any
just-
room. He's going to let Roland go on and fight for himself. And just try to keep everything off.
Yeah.
Once he's gotten a couple discs off, again, it's just a matter of.
We've got this frame and one more. That's an awfully big mountain to overcome.
Yeah. Doable with some miracles.
With some miracles, that's right.
And so Steven's just got to
Some-
keep himself from getting into any
Yeah.
trouble.
Well,
Keep
some-
anything he can hide behind off the board. And then for the last frame, Steven will have the hammer and the advantage. Well, Roland's making his shots that he needs to make now. And
Trying
Steven's
to
just
get in
trying to
position.
minimize the damage.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't able to get him into playing kitchen at all.
Nope.
Cute dog.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. An 8 for Roland, closing it up a little bit. Okay, final frame. I'm gonna videotape this for our Royal Palms viewers at home. Okay, here we go. Roland opens with an 8. Steven's just gonna play it safe, clear what he can clear, do what he can to not stick.
And he's got a 41 point lead. If he didn't shoot at another disc, he's going to win because there's no way Roland can score at the points he needs, the 41 points to catch him. Only way he can do it is if Steven helps him.
Yeah, Steven's
And
just
he's
going
not
to
gonna help
stay
him.
focused and clear.
He's
No,
going to
he's
safe
not going to
route.
help him. We're down to our last 2 discs here. The Canadian American Finals. Roland's going to try to get another score. Steven Dargo wins the Canadian American Championship.
Steven wins
The
the
Royal Palms
championship.
flag is flying high. Wow. What a great win for Steven Dargo.
This is great.
Wow,
Love
such
it.
an exciting win. He played so beautifully. Really great. We're so proud of him. So great.
Great
And
tournament.
Roland is gone, but he'll be back next year. I'm sure he'll play again. It was a well-played game, but in the end, Steven Dargo took it.
Royal Palms had a
The
great
Royal
showing
Palms,
at the
yeah,
tournament.
really great. First, second, and third for the Americans. And I don't know what he wins, but I'm hoping to get a piece of those winnings, at least a beer out of the deal.
There you go.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. This is Ashley Albert from the Royal Palm Shuffleboard Club and Earl Ball, #1 player in the world,
From here in
signing
Florida.
off. Be sure to like and subscribe to Shuff.io that is bringing you all of these incredible streaming live streams of shuffleboard around the world. If you like them, keep watching so that they keep making more.
Great fun.
Yeah.
Ashley, it was a pleasure. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Earl. Thanks for being here. We'll see you again.
You bet.
Palms in the house.
Did Dunlop inspire you, or you just wanted to beat him so badly?
Yeah, right. That's amazing. I know.